Hey everyone, thank you for watching today's video. I am so embarrassed to say is my makeup monthly for the month of September. I am always so late on filming my makeup monthlies, but this month really took it to the extreme. I actually thought I was going to be filming it for October. Like, I felt like I had enough items on my list, like I had a few different things to talk about. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and film my makeup monthly, and oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be early. I'm still filming it in the actual month that I'm reviewing everything. This is crazy. And I almost felt a little guilty because I was like, gosh, I'm kind of filming this, like the month's not even over as I'm filming it. Is it really fair to even make this my makeup monthly for October? And then I realized I never even posted one for the month of September. So that's fantastic. So basically just in my makeup monthly, it's just a roundup of different products that I've been trying. I talk over my favorites, items that failed me, and the ones that I thought were just okay. I do also leave some book recommendations at the end of the video, and actually I really wanted to make sure to include September because I have, I think, is it 3 different book reviews that I want to share at the end of this video. I also have some book news on my upcoming 8th novel as well. So we definitely have a lot to chat about for this very timely September makeup monthly. So let me go ahead and get started. I just have one fail for the month, so always a good thing. Unfortunately, this is a lip gloss from Juvia's Place. Now, I have a video where I was trying out a bunch of different Juvia's Place products, and most of them are, like, I'm still testing them out. Like the foundation, I just wore it again the other day, testing it out. I have a couple different palettes in there as well, powder, concealer, and all of that. But the lip gloss was one of those things that I was like, ooh, I kind of immediately know I don't love this. I wore it a few more times just to test it out, and kind of like just around the house too, but I realized that I really don't like this lip gloss. It is very, very sticky, which I don't love. The color, this is in Royalty, and this was one, I believe, in collaboration with Fumi when she did her collaboration with Juvia's Place. So this is what the swatch looks like. I feel like it would kind of like match the outfit that I have going on here today. But really it just came down to I didn't love the formula. It's a little bit thicker. Again, it's just really, really sticky. I don't know, like even when I pull it out, you can see like, I don't know. It's just a formula that I don't particularly love with lip glosses. I used to be like totally not about lip glosses, like no lip glosses ever for me, and I have found that I enjoy them more, but I am pretty particular on which formulas I like, and unfortunately this one from Juvia's Place, just not a favorite of mine. Again, like, don't mind the shade and all of that, but don't really see myself wearing this one again. Products in my fine category. One I have here is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. So this is actually a new product from Fenty Beauty. I feel like that was like a secret sign I was giving someone. I don't know why. That's what I just thought of. Anyways, these are the Brow MVPs from Fenty Beauty. So these were sent over to me from Fenty, and I was really excited to try them out. I like trying new brow products. Brow products I feel like is another one where I'm kind of like very particular about what I like to use and what I consistently use, but I was really looking forward to trying these from Fenty. So you have a really precise pencil on one end, and then on the other side you have kind of more of like this paddle brush, which I thought was interesting. So instead of kind of like your traditional spoolie, it's a little bit more of a different style of brush. And they sent along 3 different shades, and the shade that worked out best for me was Dark Ash Blonde. So they sent me Light Blonde, Medium Blonde, and then Dark Ash Blonde. This was the one that I felt like worked best for me. So if you still are wanting to try it out, or maybe you've heard some other reviews that say good things that you think that you would like for your brow preferences, shade matching wise, this was the one that worked best for me. But I didn't mind the brush on it. I feel like a spoolie almost kind of helps it like just like comb through my brows a little bit easier, whereas the brush, I don't know, just kind of like brushed my brow hairs. I don't know, I didn't love it, didn't hate it type of thing. I mean, that's kind of what the fine category is for. And I felt like I was really gonna like the tip on the pencil because it's a very precise tip. That's usually what I like. Like, I really enjoyed the Benefit Precisely in my brow. It's what I have in my brows today. So when I opened it and I saw this, I was like, ooh, I bet I'm gonna get along with it. But it's almost one of those that, like, I feel like it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So, and I know a lot of people love the Brow Wiz. So again, maybe if you do, you might like these. But I just almost feel like I have to press so hard at my brows. When I first tried it, I was using a different shade and I was like, maybe the shade is just too light, which I do think was part of the problem. But even when I found like a better shade for me, I still just feel like I have to press really hard. And it's one of those that even if I go over an area in my brow, I still like, I feel like I have to go over it so many times. So I don't love that. I don't absolutely like hate this brow pencil though, and I like for the dark ash blonde, I'll continue to use it here and there, but it's kind of one of those things like if I know that I'm going to be filming like really up close on my eyes or things like that and I want my brows like in a very particular way, I wouldn't want to use this pencil. But if I just need like a little bit of brows done throughout the day, like maybe I'm just running errands or I don't know, whatever other reason we feel like we have to do our eyebrows these days, like I just need a little something in there, I could use this one. So again, it's not like an absolute fail. I'll continue to use it, but it didn't turn into a favorite of mine by far. So that is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. I'd love to know if you've tried these. I was really looking forward to it, but unfortunately it's only just like an okay for me. And then the other product that I want to talk about, this is from Jergens. This is the Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer. I requested this via my Octoly store, so it was sent over in exchange for a review on YouTube. I thought this was interesting. So it says it was a wet skin moisturizer. It also says firming and reduces cellulite appearance. Nothing reduces cellulite appearance. Let me just tell you first off, like, okay. Medium to tan skin tones, and it is to color and firm in your shower. So I was just very curious when I was kind of browsing through looking for like just looking on my Octoly store to see if there was anything that I could review. I really like Jergens. I've used a lot of their products. I've used a lot of their like just like moisturizers, body lotions, things like that. I've used a lot of products from them. So I was like, I'll go ahead and give it a try because I thought it was interesting. So it says specially developed to use on wet skin, glides on to instantly lock into moisture, visibly firm, and gradually build natural looking color each day. It's also formulated with collagen and elastin to reduce the appearance of cellulite in as little as 7 days. So you're supposed to apply it to your wet skin. So this is after showering with the water off. Glide the lotion evenly onto wet skin. Start with a dime size on each arm and a quarter size on each leg and adjust as needed. And then you can dry and go. No need to rinse off or wait. Simply pat dry before getting dressed and it will leave no color residue behind. So I like this product, and I kind of went back and forth of if I should put it in the fine category or if I should put it in the favorite category. I ended up doing the fine because it's not one of those things where I'm going to use a ton, and it's almost like, to me it's almost just a little bit on the finicky side in order to be an absolute favorite. But of course that's why I have the fine category. I still like to review products that I do think that, you know, we're okay and I still, you know, want to talk about them. So the first time I used this, I actually used it dry. I just completely blanked on that it says specifically that it's supposed to be on wet skin. I used it dry and I felt like it was how would I describe it? Like I felt like it was almost kind of hard to like rub into my skin type of thing, and afterwards I felt like I smelled like self-tanner the rest of the day. And I went back and I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, you're supposed to use it on wet skin, duh. So when I used it on wet skin, I felt like it was easier to rub in. Like it really does just kind of like glide right into the skin. So I definitely noticed a difference there. And I still notice a self-tanning smell, but not as much as when I used it on my dry skin. So I just thought I'd point that out since I inadvertently like used it incorrectly the first time. I definitely noticed a difference color-wise. So this could be something where, like, I think I'm gonna really like it in the winter in the Midwest, where I'm not trying to be like full on. I just took like an island vacation, unless I take an island vacation. If anyone's going to an island and wants to take me, really fun. So I'm not trying to be like super tan. I was just vacationing type of vibes, but it's like I don't need to be as pale as I get to be in the winter. You know what I mean? I know so many people are gonna be like, embrace yourself and just love it. I know, but Jergens is an affordable brand. So I mean, hey, like if I can spend a few dollars and have just like a little bit of color to myself without going to a tanning bed, I like that. So I like it because also with using more like your more traditional self tanners, whether it be like a mousse or a tanning gel, or like the tan water from Tan-Luxe is one of my favorite self tanners. Those really get you tan like right then. Like you're really gonna notice a difference. It also is a little bit more time consuming. You really want to make sure you're not missing any spots on your body and that sort of thing. Usually you need a special mitt. This one I can use with just my hands, and it's literally just like putting lotion on after I get out of the shower. I just lotion up my entire body, and I just make sure to wash my hands really well, so that way the area around like my palms and stuff don't turn brown, because you will get that. Especially if you're, even like if your hands aren't super wet, because when I used it dry, I definitely noticed coloration around my hands and my fingers. But I would just say to wash your hands really well after you use this, and you shouldn't have any issues with that, but you still get a nice color going on. It's a little bit challenging for me because especially now that the temperatures have dropped, I don't necessarily enjoy turning the water off on my shower and then standing in my shower still naked and cold. Naked and afraid, okay? That part's not necessarily the best to me. And then even after I apply it, it does say you can just like towel and go, but it feels kind of uncomfortable because you can tell like you have kind of a thicker lotion on your skin. So to just like be toweling off, I feel like I'm just taking everything off. So even after I put the lotion on, I'm kind of standing there for a little bit like, don't think about how cold you are, don't think about how cold you are, like almost done, and that sort of thing. So I don't know, that's my review on it. That's why I didn't think I could say it's like an absolute like 100% fave, but I do really like it. And if it's something that you think that you're looking for, I would recommend it. And those are the best ways that I've noticed to apply it. Okay, before I jump into my favorites, I do always like to do a creator shout out in these videos. It's one of my favorite parts of my makeup monthly. And this month for my creator spotlight is going to Glitter Fallout, or the lovely Linda. I actually was able to meet Linda last year at Generation Beauty. She came with Jen Loves Reviews, and there was one of the first nights I was able to meet up with her and Jen, and then it was me and Ashley Clady and Makeup Molly, and we just met at like this like cute little bar and hung out for like, I don't even know, like 5 hours or something, and just non-stop talking. And I felt like Linda and I kind of like had this bond right away. We were talking about Pet Cemetery, and we were just both like, I don't know, I felt like we connected. And so she actually came to the Ipsy Live event that just happened. Once again, like you'll see her in my vlog that I posted of the New York trip. She once again came with Jen. So I was able to meet up with them right away, and then I was able to also meet up with them several times throughout the weekend, and she's just so much fun to be around. It's really fun to be able to talk about another creator that I've also met in person too, and she's just so much fun. We had some great, lovely, intimate moments together at the influencer dinner that we were at. We were in this tiny little hallway, and people kept trying to get back and forth. So Linda and I were literally like chest to chest, like, hey, how you doing, girl? And she's just so much fun to be around, but definitely would recommend her channel. Of course, she's going to be linked in my description box. I'll have her Instagram down there. And I'm also going to do an interview with her in my monthly newsletter that I send out. So every month I do send out a newsletter with just some more reviews, thoughts on products, what I'm eyeing, like my latest product. I put like book news in there and things like that. And then I do have a short interview with my creator spotlight of the month. So it will be in there. If you want to sign up for the newsletter, I will have the link down below also. But again, I definitely do recommend her channel. She has a great vlog of the New York trip also, from her and Jen's experiences. She did so well with that vlog. And I mean, she has a lot of great videos with just different looks. I mean, obviously she loves glitter. I mean, her name's Glitter Fallout. I've never seen her not wearing glitter like in person. So like she always has the best, most beautiful glitter looks happening. And I think that she's also just a really kind person. So I hope that you will check out her channel for sure. Linda from Glitter Fallout. All right, moving on over to my favorites. I have a lip liner that I wanted to share about. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the iconic Nude lip liner. I guess let me tell you the correct name. This is one of her Lip Cheat Reshape and Resize lip liners, and the shade is Iconic Nude. Okay, just wanted to say that. It is actually what I have on today. I forgot to say in the beginning, but I did film this look. This is in Friday's Chatty Get Ready With Me video, so I will link it down below if you want to see how I got everything and all of the products that I use, and talk about money versus morals. I'm currently editing as I'm filming this video. I'm also still editing that video, and whoo, it's a tough one to edit because we have a lot to talk about in there. But this is the iconic nude shade. Again, I have it on today with a lip gloss from Alamar Cosmetics, and I'm just such a fan of this lip liner. I've already sharpened it, I think maybe like 3 times, and I need to sharpen it again. Someone asked me, they said that they heard that you couldn't sharpen these pencils, but I've had no problem. I just have like a regular pencil sharpener, and it's been sharpening this one no problem for me. So I don't know, I can sharpen this one just fine. But I love the shade, you know, obviously I love nudes, so I really enjoyed this one. But what actually sold me on this, I purchased this myself from Sephora. It's $22, which is expensive for a lip liner for sure. But there was a time that I was in Sephora and I swatched it on my hand. That swatch did not come off my hand, and I was like, oh, I think these are really like long wearing lip liners. And so eventually the next time I went to Sephora, I actually purchased it, and it is very long wearing. It's one of those lip liners that is a little bit more creamy, yet it still has a great lasting power to it. Sometimes I find lip liners that are super creamy don't last as long. They kind of fade away a little bit easier, and those that last longer can almost be kind of more of like tugging and like yanking on your lips when you're trying to apply your lip liner, which can kind of make it a little bit jagged and uneven and kind of defeats the purpose of having a lip liner to shape your lips. But this is kind of like that perfect in between. So I'm really a big fan of this lip liner. Again, it was a little bit more expensive, but so far I'm getting so much use out of it that I do not regret purchasing this one. So big fan of the lip liner. The product that I've really been enjoying is a blush. I kind of go like this with blushes. Sometimes I'm really into them. Sometimes I'm like, what's blush? Do you wear blush? And then other times I'm really into them. I feel like I'm more kind of like I'm into the blushes right now. And this one that I've been trying out is from Ofra Cosmetics. It was actually a collaboration with Madison Miller, and this is in Sweet Stuff. So I think this is my first like single blush that I was really trying out from Ofra Cosmetics. Again, it was in collab with Madison. I got to meet her at the Ipsy Live event, and it was a very, very cool experience. She was super, super sweet, very kind. Also her husband, I talked to him for a while too, and he was very kind to me. So it's really cool to see when just like nice people that just go about their merry way and enjoy makeup get to do these really cool collaborations. So I am an affiliate with Ofra, so they did send me over the PR package, and I've been trying other things, and I do want to review more of the products too. But I've noticed with this one, I just keep reaching for it and keep reaching for it, and it somehow like ends up in my like travel bag. I do my makeup in the car a lot if we're traveling to another town, and this is the blush that I keep bringing with me too. I really like the blush because I feel like I like the color, but I think I like the formula even more, because it's one of those that are just, it's really smooth, it's really easy to blend onto my skin, but it's one of those that I don't feel like I'm ever like going too much, like it's too heavy, yet it's still nicely pigmented where it actually looks like I'm wearing blush. Does that make any sort of sense? I don't feel like I have to apply it for a long time in order to get the pigment up, but I also don't feel like if I go in too heavy that I'm going to look like a clown. Like, it's just a really nice formula, and again, I really do enjoy the color of Sweet Stuff. So I actually have 2 skincare products here from Bliss. Now, I was able to work with Bliss on some Instagram posts, so I do like to throw that out there, that I did partner with them on some Instagram posts, but I really enjoy these products and I want to talk to you about them because I've been using them in my skincare routine before these even launched, which it's always like so much fun when you get to have that kind of opportunity and give your reviews early and all of that. I did want to say that. But these are the Glow and Hydrate Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is what I use in the daytime. And then also the Renew and Smooth Glycolic Acid Night Serum. So the day and the night serum. Bliss is a more affordable skincare brand. You can find them at Ulta Beauty and Target and CVS and all of that. I like the day serum. I like the night serum even more, but I'm talking about the day serum first because I really do like this. It's just a nice kind of like gentle, lightweight serum that I use after I cleanse my skin, and before I put on my moisturizer, I go in with this serum. I like this one too because it has hyaluronic acid in it, which can be good since I do typically have more dry skin. I feel like my skin is kind of changing, which is a little bit freaking me out. I'm not really sure what to do about that, but we'll see what happens here. But I like that because it helps keep me nice and hydrated all throughout the day. And again, like I said, it's just a nice kind of like gentle, serum because I do have sensitive skin and a lot of products can cause my skin to freak out. But for the whole time that I was trying this, I didn't have any skin issues with the serum. So I do like that one. It's kind of that noticeable, just more hydrated look when you wear it. But the product that I enjoy even more than the day serum is actually the night serum. So this one is the glycolic acid night serum. This one is good for like resurfacing the skin, so that can be good for texture, just kind of revealing like just your better looking skin, brighter looking skin. It can help with like fine lines and wrinkles and all of that. I like this one because I can tell that it's making a difference with my skin when I use it. But that was my dog if you heard her. But another reason why I like this one too is because, like I said, I do have sensitive skin, and this one doesn't cause me any of like the tingles or irritation, even if it's like a good tingle or like a good you know, just feeling that you can get for some products, because I do have those. I have products that I enjoy, and when I put them on I can feel a little bit of like something happening, but all of the time I don't always want that, and especially when my skin is particularly sensitive, it's harder for me to use those types of products. So it's nice to be able to have this in there that's almost more gentle. So if you have sensitive skin too, I definitely recommend checking these out. But I like this one because it's a little bit more gentle, but it's still working hard on the skin. So I do appreciate that. So those are two products that I wanted to mention from Bliss. And then I actually do have one more from Ofra also. This is their After Makeup Cleansing Balm, makeup removing balm that they just came out with. This is a very new release. I actually got it a little bit early when I went down to Florida to visit Ofra. Actually, they had put it in my room and it hadn't even launched yet, and I was trying it out. And I remember I tried it the first night there, and then the second night in the car, I was talking to Karina. I was like, so I used, because she was telling me about it, and I was like, I used that makeup remover balm last night and that was really good. And so she was excited to get my feedback, so I kept trying it, and I'm like, this takes everything off, which I appreciate so much. Definitely gotten away from using a lot of makeup wipes, so I've been trying to really find a lot of cleansing balms that I enjoy and I can just use by itself, and this one is a really good one. I've actually even been using this for swatches because, like I said, I've been trying to cut down on makeup wipes and purchasing makeup wipes, and one of the biggest thing I was using makeup wipes for was when I was doing like swatches in my office of eyeshadow palettes or lip products or whatever it may be. It was just really easy to grab a makeup remover wipe, but I've been using this too even for removing the swatches because it takes everything off. I was just swatching liquid lipsticks the other night. This was taking them all off, no problem. I just use it over my sink, put a little bit on there, just go like this with the balm and just wash it away with water. So I definitely do appreciate that. The only thing I will say is that I kind of like to do the double cleanse with this one just to make sure I'm removing all of this cleansing balm, because it can leave a little bit of residue on the skin. I find that too with the Drunk Elephant Slay Butter. I just think cleansing balms with kind of that consistency, which I'm not 100% what it is because I'm not a skincare expert, even though I am nominated for Skincare Influencer of 2019. Someone tell me how that happened with the American Influencer Awards. Still kind of crazy to me. But this one and the Drunk Elephant are two that I can still feel a little bit of like something after I use them. So I typically always like to come in with another cleanser. I do think that this one is really nice if you're looking for a new cleansing balm to either take makeup off, swatches, anything like that. I would definitely recommend this one from Ofra. I do have my affiliate code with Ofra also. It is Samantha, and you get 20% off on the website. And then after that, I think I have one product that I wanted to sneak in here also. Yes, this is actually going to be a light. So I've been mentioning in a few of my videos that I got a new light. I think I talked about it on my Instagram too, and I've been getting questions from people like, what light is it? Like, what is it that you're doing? How did you like set it up and everything? So I thought I would take a moment to talk about my light and kind of how I've been doing my setup. So let me grab it. Okay. This is from Glamcore, and this is called the Classic Ultra. So this is actually how I have my light set up. In front of me, I have two soft boxes, and then I do also film in front of a window. So I have the two soft boxes kind of far behind, and they're up a little bit higher, and they point down at me. And then I have put this Glamcore light in front of my tripod, and I have the lights facing up, and the light kind of bounces it was explained to me by someone who knows what they're talking about, but the light is actually bouncing and then bouncing back down on me. Because first I tried to put this behind me, because I've heard that you want to light behind you too, so you don't have as many shadows. But I felt like when I put it behind me, I felt like it was even darker. I felt like there was more shadows. I wasn't really feeling it, so I kept moving it around, and I finally came to putting it in front of the two soft boxes and then pointing the lights up. But I really like this because you can do whatever you want with the arms here, which I think is really cool. So the other night I was filming, or I was taking product shots. I was actually able to push these both down like this, and have this light be directly over what I was taking photos of. And that was the main reason why I wanted to get this. I didn't even know if I would use this for filming, but I really wanted help with my Instagram photos, because I feel like I struggle with flat lays. And a big reason I struggle is because I don't feel like my lighting is very good, because I just have these two soft boxes. So this is like, I can put the lights directly on there. I can move around the lights too to get them to be where I want them to be, and I really appreciate that. It's on a tripod stand like normal, so you can adjust the settings height wise and everything. And then you have settings on the side here too. You can adjust the brightness, and you can also adjust the like the white balance level, I believe is what it is. I'm not great at this kind of stuff. And then it also, I'm gonna sit back down, that was a lot of work. Whew. It also does come with a remote to turn it on. So you can bump up with the brightness. You can save like your memories. So if you, like if I wanted to use this for filming, and then I also wanted a different setting for flat lay photos, I can save the different settings in the remote also, which I think is pretty cool. Glamcore did send this to me. This isn't sponsored or anything, but they did send it to me. And I like that it's more portable than my softbox is. I was filming my express haul the other day. I filmed it in the downstairs level, and normally I'm having to take one of my soft boxes and kind of drag it along with me. It's just harder to move them, and that is actually very portable and very easy to move around, which I was really glad about. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the light here so you can see the difference that it makes. So now I have that light, and again, it's pointing up, so it's like bouncing down on me. Huge thank you to Glamcore for sending that light along. They are what I use for like my mirrors. I've talked about my Ricky Cutie, my small mirror with the lights on it. I have some larger mirrors from them as well. You can find some of their products also, like especially their smaller mirrors at Ulta Beauty, but I'll have the links of course in my description box to everything that I have talked about. But again, a big thank you to them for sending that over, because I need all the help I can get, okay? And then one more favor before we jump into book stuff. I did want to say that I have launched a podcast. I am so excited to have a podcast out there. If you guys haven't seen me talk about it yet, it is called Start Inspired with Samantha March. It's available on Spotify and iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher and all these other places that I don't even really know what they mean, to be honest with you, but it's available pretty much anywhere where you can find a podcast. And again, it's called Start Inspired. I've noticed that if you search my name, Samantha March, it'll pop up a little bit quicker, but a new episode goes live every Thursday at 8 a.m. CST, and I've been having so much fun with it. Thank you guys who have been supporting the podcast. It means so much to me to get your tweets about it, or to have you like tag me in your stories on Instagram showing like the actual podcast on your phone. It's really such a cool thing. So I will have all of the links down below, and the first there's going to be different episodes. Some are just me just sharing my stories and trying to inspire others, but I'm also bringing on other YouTubers, authors, those in the book industry, business owners, and all of that, and to hopefully through sharing their stories to inspire other people as well. I get so much inspiration from reading books, watching YouTube videos, and now listening to podcasts, and it keeps me inspired and motivated, and I really wanted to bring that same kind of focus with my podcast too. So it's a little bit different. I don't really talk a lot about makeup and beauty over there, things like that, but I kind of talk more on like the business side of things and starting things and struggles that I've gone through and lessons that I've learned. And again, I'm hoping to bring on some really amazing guests to hopefully inspire you guys as well. So again, I'll have my links to that down below, and thank you to everyone who has supported the podcast. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into books now. So if you are not interested in hearing about books and this is where you end, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in tomorrow's video. If you guys do want to hear about books, I hope that you will give this video a thumbs up. I keep trying to remember that I'm supposed to be like reminding people to give a thumbs up, but I always seem to forget, and I just always do it at the end. But it actually really helps me too when people mention that in the middle of the video. I'm like, oh yeah, wait, have I thumbs up this video yet? And I do it. So if you guys have made it this far and you're excited to talk about books, remember to give this video a thumbs up, and it'll help me appear in your subscription boxes, which would be great. But like I said, I do actually have 3 books that I gave a 5-star review to in the month of September on my blog Chicklet Plus. I will also have my blog linked down below. That's where I have all of my book reviews. So if you are a book lover like me, that will be linked down there. So the first book that I gave a 5-star review to is called The Good Sister, and this is by Jillian McAllister. The first line of my review is, "Phew, this one will really play with your emotions." We have a very tragic death of a baby, so I know like not everyone is going to be able to read this book, and it does say it right up front, like it's in the synopsis. We know that this is what's going on, is that there is a death of a very young baby in here. And I mean, you can imagine reading something like this is definitely going to play with your emotions. I cried several times during it. We actually have 2 sisters as our leads, and one was the mother to the baby, and her sister is on trial for killing the baby. I mean, it plays with your emotions in pretty much every single chapter. And there was chapters where I was like, oh my gosh, she did do it. And there's chapters where I was like, no, she didn't. And how is her sister doing this to her? And how did it even get this far? And you know, all of these different things. And so even though I'm reading about a very challenging subject, the writing was so good, and the writing really makes you feel. Whether you don't like something that you're reading, whether you disagree with it, if it makes you feel, I think that that's a pretty important thing. And I felt emotions all the way through that book. So if it sounds like something you could handle reading, again, I know that it's not going to be one for everyone, but I would recommend The Good Sister. So I'm totally switching genres here. This one is called Breathe In, Cash Out, and this is by Madeline Henry. Okay. This one is so much fun. This one is more chick lit. It features a main character who loves yoga, which is me. I love yoga. I've been practicing yoga for so long. And also our main character works like on Wall Street in financials, like super smart, like very number type of girl, which is also me. I'm just kidding. That's not me at all. The yoga part I really related to. Her job, not so much, but it was still really interesting to see, and to see how she balanced this. So the book is just kind of one of those like just fun stories. Like if I just want to relax and read a book, it'd be a great beach read, a vacation book, but it's just so much fun. And we have our main character Allegra, who, even though she always had this passion in yoga and she really wanted to do something with it, her dad kind of expected her to have this really great career, and you know, she was able to, you know, get in this amazing job. And you know, she kind of always had that thing of like, oh well, I'll just do it for a little bit and then I'll start, you know, what I really want to do, and I'll just save up some money and then I'll start what I really want to do. And she's finally getting to the point where she's actually going to do what it is she wants to do. But what's really fascinating about this book is we have another character that enters that is like the yoga queen of Instagram. But things aren't always as they seem with this girl. And as someone who, again, loves yoga, I actually used to run a yoga Instagram page. And then, of course, as someone who is in social media, and, you know, I know that not everything you see online is really true behind the scenes. I just related to this book on every single level. I had so much fun with it. It gave me, like, I had such a good time writing it. I had to look up the author afterwards, and I realized like she has an Instagram and she has a great yoga page. I actually reached out, like I DM'd her on Instagram. I was like, I just finished reading your novel. I really loved it. You know, I love your feed. I practice yoga too. Like I sounded like a total fangirl, but she actually wrote back and said thank you and all that. I was like, wow, cool, thanks. Like I felt pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Again, if that sounds like something that you would just have a lot of fun reading, I highly recommend Breathe In, Cash Out. That's actually her debut novel too, and I thought it was so solid. So highly recommend that one. And then the last one I gave 5 stars to, I know my memory card's almost full, so that's when I start getting like, oh no. This is Life and Other Inconveniences by Kristen Higgins. She is a really phenomenal author. I've read a lot of books from her, but this one was such a good one. This one, you kind of have a lot of characters in here, and there's a lot going on. It's definitely more of a longer story. It's more women's fiction. We get point of views from the grandmother whose health is starting to decline, her granddaughter, and then her great-granddaughter. And there's other characters that we're getting their insight too, so it can be a little bit hard to keep track of everybody, but everyone brings something to the table. Every time we get a change of point of view, it's almost like peeling back another layer to the story, and you have what's happening right now in the present. You have a mystery of the past coming into play also, and again, there's a lot of emotions that this book left me feeling. I was very angry at times. I felt very frustrated at times for a lot of the different characters, and I also cried at the end. But overall, I feel like the messages that are being given in this book are really ones that I think are important to learn about and are important to get out there, and I really commend the author for taking on what had to be a pretty challenging novel. Again, this one is very lengthy. You have a lot of different people that you're keeping track of. You're moving in and out of the different years and the different settings and all of that, and I think Kristen Higgins did an absolutely phenomenal job. So if you're a big fan of women's fiction, definitely would recommend Life and Other Inconveniences. So those are the 3 books that I gave a 5-star review to, and I'm really excited to say that my 8th novel is done. She is done with proofreading. She's into formatting. I have everything that I had to give my formatter is over to her. I have the ISBN, the copyright acknowledgements, everything, dedication, everything is over to her, and it's just all getting put together now and being formatted to be made into a print book and also an ebook. I will be announcing the release date very soon, so if you don't follow me yet on like Twitter or Instagram, I try to keep everyone really well informed over there, so I definitely would say follow me in those areas. I tried to keep up to date on my YouTube community tab as well, but I'm really excited because Lauren is now just about here. It's my 8th book, and I'm so excited and so proud to put out another one. But other than that though, guys, that is going to wrap it up for my September makeup monthly. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to check my description box for all the links of everything that I mentioned. And other than that, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.